Yes, sir.
Why are we fighting this war in Iraq with the Guard instead of staying in the Army?
Because in 1973, 74, 75, when we came out of Vietnam, the military leadership, General Creighton Abrams was the Army Chief of Staff, and the top leadership in the Army was, we were pretty upset with the political leaders. See, they got us into Vietnam, and then they didn't support us. You realize that neither Johnson nor Nixon ever called up the National Guard for Vietnam. The result was that we got divorced from the American people. And General Abrams said, we're not going to let that happen again. If it's a mistake to have to call up the Guard to go to war, then it's a mistake to go to war. Should not use the American forces unless the American people are going to be behind it. And to make sure that happened, they set up the Army force structure in such a way you cannot go to war without calling up some elements of the Guard and Reserve. So that you can't just take a bunch of young, mostly poor kids who enlisted for money, send them off to war and have the country turn their backs on it. Instead, you rip the guts out of communities around this country when you go to war. I admit it. The Army did it. We stuck it to the politicians. We made it harder for them to go to war. That's what it's all about. I wouldn't want to change it because I don't want it to ever be easy for a President of the United States to send our men and women in combat if the American people don't support it. It's wrong.